Addicted to the Outdoors is brought to you by Browning Trail Cameras. Browning Trail Cameras. Faster, smaller, better. This week on Addicted to the Outdoors.
Mom and Dad have told us the stories from Four Horse Outfitters, so I was really excited that this trip I was heading there to try and get my first antelope ever.
I knew she would have a blast, and I knew that we'd have a really good chance to tag out.
And he lays out pretty wide. He's got pretty good mass.
Okay, so we finally found a shooter. That's step one. Now we just need to get close enough.
Just get ready to walk right here. Right? Yeah.
He's in the middle.
In the middle. Get ready when you're ready.
Addicted to the Outdoors with Tuff, Raven, and Gunner.
Hey, don't forget about us.
And John and Gina Brunson. A new addiction starts now.
So this week we are headed to one of our favorite places to hunt, Four Horse Outfitters in Wyoming. Matt and Anna Birch, who own the place, are amazing. You know, Matt is a blast around camp. He's one of those guys that really wants to make sure that hunt camp gives you the full hunt camp experience. Anna is, you know, the master cook, kind of do everything, probably the hardest working person in camp, I say sometimes. Just a great place to hunt. And then they got Fonzie, who's been there for, 100 years running the place. Just a great guy, a lot of fun to be around. Really good guide, have a very high success rate.
Ready for Wyoming, your first antelope hunt? I know, I'm excited. Finally got in trip mode this morning.
I can't wait for Raven to experience Four Horse Outfitters, and I'm really hoping her and John come back home with their first antelope ever.
Mom and Dad have told us the stories from Four Horse Outfitters, and we've all seen the pictures. So I was really excited that this trip I was heading there to try and get my first antelope ever.
So over the past few years of hunting with Four Horse, our success rate has been 100%. I remember our first year, we actually flew out to visit the Husky factory, and then did a little road trip over to Four Horse, and on a really short hunt, and Gina and I both shot really nice antelope. Whether it's we have 4 tags to fill and we got 2 days, well, boom, we shoot 2 antelope, we shoot 2 mule deer. So, and then I know when we came back year 3, we're like, okay, now let's get a little more selective. Let's try and focus on, shooting a couple of really nice mule deer. Of course, we did that. So when I thought about Raven and I thought about getting her first antelope, it really wasn't a hard choice. The first place that came to mind was Four Horse Outfitters, and I knew she would have a blast, and I knew that we'd have a really good chance to tag out.
We'll go pit around in Denver a little bit, and then we're gonna get on the road for about an hour, and we're gonna stay at a hotel in a little town outside of Denver, and we'll kind of relax tonight, go get some dinner or something, and then we can sleep in the morning and not have to worry about getting up too early, and then we can drive to camp, get into camp nice and early so we can get in and relax.
Usually we're waking up at the crack of dawn on these trips, so I'm kind of jealous about this, not gonna lie.
Our plan on this trip was to get in a day early, hang out in Denver, kind of enjoy the sights, goof off, maybe do a little shopping, go out to eat, just kind of spend some time together.
Yeah, you're gonna love this. It's a fun camp. Ann and Matt that own the camp, they're super nice people. And Fonzie's our guide. He's super cool. Super nice guy.
So we get to the airport, we hop on the plane, a not so short flight later, we are touching down in Denver, Colorado, and Raven and I were excited to say the least.
Hang on. bags tonight. Shut up!
I swear the GPS was just waiting for Dad to talk just so it could cut him off.
And tomorrow we can sleep in and I hate you.
Okay, not gonna lie, the GPS constantly interrupting Dad was pretty funny.
So we finally make it into Fort Collins and get settled into our hotel. And since we don't have to get up super early in the morning, Raven and I decide to hit the town and see what adventures we could get into.
There was a lot of interesting buildings, a bunch of people were playing instruments, and there was even a random xylophone that we found.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. And then we found a clothing store, so naturally we had to check that out.
A hunting trip that comes with a bonus shopping adventure? Dang, why am I not there?
We have to do a little shopping on the strip. Yeah.
Well, you know how it goes. You walk into a store planning on getting one or two things, and then, well, I think you can guess what happened.
So we came out for one thing, and what happened?
We got like 5, maybe 6.
Maybe 7.
Got this though.
What? There was a lot of nice shirts. Plus they weren't all for me, we got some for the rest of the family too.
Oh yeah, thanks guys.
So after buying one too many shirts, we rounded out things at the Mayor of Old Town, where we made some really good food, then we called it a night.
All right, ready to get on the road. Had our little stay in wherever we are.
Collins, Colorado.
Collins, Colorado.
I swear, Dad travels so much that sometimes he forgets what city we're in.
So we're en route to camp, enjoying the beautiful Wyoming scenery. All of a sudden, we get a call from our favorite guide, Fonzie.
Fonzie, what's up, buddy? Oh, good, good. Just on the way in.
Yeah, Anna's there, and then Jeremy's gonna guide you guys.
Oh, okay, so we won't be with you this trip. Oh, man, boo.
I'll be honest with you, I was a little bummed that Fonzie wasn't guiding us. He has been like our go-to guy every trip. But he assured us that Jeremy knows his stuff. And we've known Jeremy for a few years from hunting there. And I know that he's a solid guide.
We'll be there about 5 o'clock.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right, man. All right, thanks, Fonzie.
So we get into camp, we say our hellos, we get everything situated. One of the reasons I wanted to get in early because I knew camp wouldn't be too hectic, and Raven and I could get out and check the gun, let her do a little shooting without a million people around, and just make sure nothing got bumped on the flight.
Right in the bullseye.
Bullseye. We were also anxious to see how the 1776 ammo performed. We had shot it on targets and all that good stuff, but this was our first time actually hunting with it. So I was curious to see out there on these antelope how this new ammo is going to perform.
The critters don't usually stand a chance. All right, we're good, babe.
Now it's time for my favorite part of the trip, Anna's cooking. But it's a shame I'm not there to have any of it.
All right, we're gonna go talk to the hardest working person in camp.
Right.
Anna. So what's for dinner tonight?
Enchiladas.
Oh, yes.
Well, after eating a big old dinner, which is something you do at this camp a lot, we got up that next morning and guess what? We woke up to a big breakfast.
Now that's the perfect way to start a hunting trip.
It feels a lot better now. It's not as cold.
Yeah, it was in the 30s this morning. It warmed up fast. See if we can go shoot us a goat.
So the strategy as far as hunting these antelope, especially with a rifle, is real similar to how we hunt mule deer, especially out in the sandhills. A lot of open country, so it's really a lot of riding around, a lot of glassing.
We're window shopping.
And it's really glass, glass, glass until you think you find a shooter. And once you've got enough glass on that antelope to determine he is a shooter, then the next question is, hey, do we have a way we can sneak to him?
We can do better than him. Yeah, he doesn't look too heavy. Not that we're gonna be overly picky, but knowing that we're in 7 and it's like, 15 minutes in. Exactly.
But we saw a lot of big bucks pretty early on, but again, you've got to have a way to get to them and at least get within range. So we always try to take care of the guides that we hunt with. And for me, I always try to, look at who I'm hunting with, what style of hunting it is, and then I always try to give them a piece of gear that I think they can really use. And, in this case, I'd already given Fonzie one of these a couple of years earlier, and he, just couldn't tell me how much he loved this thing. So I knew Jeremy would love it too. So I broke out the old Tactacam Spotter LR and I put it on Jeremy's spotting scope and kind of showed him how this thing worked.
Get on something. Oh, there we go.
There we go. See him out there?
Mm-hmm.
See, now it's recording everything in 4K right now.
Let me do it.
So you can pop him on the TV later and check him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a guy like you, that's a fun toy.
I will get a lot of use out of it too. That I guarantee.
So as we progressed through day one, we were seeing a lot of goats. We were definitely being a little selective on day one. I know that sounds like a little risky on a 2-day hunt.
He's got some length. Yeah, he looked better head on. He's pretty.
Oh yeah.
Of course, I'm no goat expert. I mean, you would know. I got a pretty good idea of what a good one is, but
we're gonna look around.
I say today before lunch we can be selective.
But again, that's the confidence we have in 4-horse outfitters. So we were definitely all in agreement that at least that first half of the day that we weren't going to regret passing on a few of these goats.
And he's kind of working his way back over toward the windmill there, and he lays out pretty wide. He's got pretty good mass.
Has he?
Mm-hmm. And there's no great way to get on him from here without bumping.
That's
two different groups.
Yeah, that was my secondary concern.
So the second half of the day was pretty much like the first half of the day. We saw a lot of goats. We saw a few shooters. We saw one that we thought we might be able to put a sneak on. He was in a little bit of a tricky spot.
But I don't know, he's heavy. I don't know. He looks wider. He looks a little bigger to me.
There's one of them that's fairly heavy. Yeah, it's the one in the back. It's a better goat.
He's looking at him. He might have a shooter here.
I like him.
And it's hard to tell, especially if you're not used to looking at them. They all look real similar.
We tried, didn't work out, glassed a little more, again, saw lots and lots of goats, but just didn't see anything that we wanted to shoot that we felt like we could put a stalk on. And then eventually we ran out of light and it was time to head back to camp.
That's one of the best parts about deer camp. Even if you don't tag out, you still get to return back to a camp full of great people, good food, and really fun times.
So it was our last day to hunt, and normally I'd be a little nervous, but Dad was super confident, even saying we're gonna get it done by 8 a.m.
This morning's the morning. I'm gonna go out and shoot one. Hammer. It's gonna be a good one too. I got a few.
Sometimes you wake up in the morning and you just know it's gonna be a good day. I told Raven this is gonna be the day. I feel like we're definitely gonna get one. And I even went as far out as to say that you're gonna be tagged out by 8 a.m. So we finished getting ready, we sprayed down with lethal, and we were off. And I was hoping that we could get one down by 8 a.m.
We see a solid goat. I mean, even if we're on the way to look for the white, if we see a solid one that's like, man, we get right on him, we're getting after him. No passing. It's time to smash.
So we get out to our first spot. The sun's just now coming over the horizon, and we're already seeing a lot of goats, which is a great sign.
Solid goat. Well, the next question is, can we get to them?
That's the problem. I think
they're on that middle.
He is just wide open there.
So shortly after the sun came up, we actually got glass on a shooter. But again, this was just another scenario of where, look, this is a goat we would like to shoot, but right now, he's 700-800 yards out there. There's really no cover, and there just was really no way that we felt like we could put a stalk on him. And with the time we had, the last thing you want to do is just go on sloppy stalks and just burn a lot of time. So we were really looking for that right setup.
We can poke around too, and just try to find that right one setup wise. If we know he's here, we don't mind getting after him. But if we feel, unless we've got a good strategy.
Yeah, I think we need to find one with a hill between us.
So we drive over to a different area, and then all of a sudden we look over, and kind of below the grass, where they're kind of covered a little bit, we can see some goats, and we think we see a shooter.
There's some bucks today. We've got some bucks up here. There's a shooter. Looks like a shooter. At
live right next to the road.
Yeah. Perfect. We're going the right.
Okay, so we finally found a shooter. That's step one. Now we just need to get close enough.
So we parked the truck, we slip up. Thankfully, there was this kind of berm that dropped off the side of the road, had some high grass. So we were kind of covered. They were almost like below us. So, you know, we hopped out, we stayed low, we snuck up, got right to the edge of the road where this berm and kind of had this little bit of grass as cover. And we felt like this would be a good spot for Raven to get a shot.
That's him. That's him. Get ready to walk up on that road. As you see, there's 2 bucks for us, one on the left. One in the middle. Just get ready to walk away.
You're here, right?
Yeah. Which one? Middle. The middle.
He's in the middle.
In the middle. Just wait. The other bucks in front of him. Yeah, just wait.
Yeah, I see him.
He's in the middle.
Yeah, I know the other one's in front of him.
Right. When you're ready.
For more information,
I've got this antelope right in my Huskamaw. It's now or never.
He's in the middle.
Yeah, I know the other one's in front of him.
Right. When you're ready, buddy, do it on that mark, middle body. When you're ready. He's good. He's good. Just wait. Just wait for him to turn. There you go. Just wait for him to stop. Nice. When you're ready. You're ready. When you're ready. You're ready. Good job, baby. There you go. He's down for the count.
I was just waiting for him to turn and I was just like,
Well, yeah, that's just my fault. But that's experience. You know, you've been hunting a long time. When he turned, you had the shot, you hammered him. Good job, man. You got your first antelope.
it all happened so fast. I was like shaking.
That's all right.
From getting out of the car to this was just like minutes.
You made it happen.
It's very exciting. Very nervous.
Get your first antelope? Yeah, all right. Love you.
Thank you.
Good job. Handshaking.
I'm not even cold, I'm just...
So, I guess Dad was right on the money, because guess what time it was?
So what time did I say we were gonna kill him today?
8 o'clock.
All right, what time is it?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. It's 5 till 8.
7:54.
Oh yeah, did I call it, man?
You did?
8 o'clock, we called it. It's at 8 o'clock this morning. We're making it happen.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Good job, babe. Your first antelope. Let's go down and look at your go. Oh boy, here we go.
Well, I'd say the 1776 ammo did its job because there wasn't much of a tracking job. We pull up to Raven's antelope and I can't help but be proud of her.
We take some pictures before loading my antelope up and heading back to camp. I can't believe it all just happened so fast.
We got it done, buddy. Got our first antelope.
Perfect. Congratulations.
Thank you.
One shot, one kill.
I knew they could do it. I saw the pictures and man, what a great first antelope. I am so proud of Raven.
Now you can just hang out and party. That's what we do after we
That's right, it's time to relax tonight.
I'm not gonna lie, after seeing those pictures, I'm thinking next up on my list is going to be an antelope.
So with us tagging out by 8 a.m., we get back to camp and it's like, man, we're sitting around. It's a ghost town in camp. It's still super early. We're like, wow, you know, we've got 3/4 of a day here to burn, which is extremely rare on our hunts. So Jeremy was telling us about this place called the Devil's Tower, which apparently is the first ever national monument proclaimed by President Theodore Roosevelt in 1906. You know, Raven thought it'd be worth the, hour drive, to go kind of spend the rest of the day there and check it out. And again, just spend some time together.
Do not approach or feed prairie dogs. They can bite.
Oh, look at him out there. The prairie dogs all popping up. See him?
Oh my gosh.
You see him?
Yeah.
Popping about there. Look at all of them right here.
Crazy.
Stop and look at them.
That was my first time seeing prairie dogs in real life. They're such funny little creatures.
That one's just laying flat. You see it?
He gets some sun, man. He's like, I'm laid out. I didn't eat too much grass.
So it was time to see what the hype was all about.
That thing was giant. It took us so long to even walk halfway around it. And we even saw some people rock climbing on it. That was pretty cool.
You see him?
Yeah, so as our trip came to a close, it was everything I wanted and then some. And then all the extra stuff was a bonus. You know, getting to spend time in Denver, you know, getting to spend time and going and checking out the monument towards the end of the trip. Again, the trip just really worked out better than I could have ever imagined. And, you know, with Matt and Anna and Fonzie, it's just one of those places where you go and you feel at home.